Hot Takes or Toast is brought to you by Siegfried and Jensen with 30 years of serving Utah. Utah Jazz owner Ryan Smith on the NHL in Salt Lake City. I have incredible faith in the people of Utah. We show up, it'll be packed. Closed quote. Are you going to be part of the package?
Get it? Pack.
I see what
package.
you did. It's very clever. It's great wordplay. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Ryan, I'm all in. And he can have my tax money too. I trust Ryan more than the government. I got some thumbs up and laughing emojis.
Ryan is the government now.
They will do his bidding.
Be the governor there? Do they have governors too, or is that racist? I can't remember.
They have Board of Governors, apparently. I just read. Board of Governors meeting, 1 o'clock today.
Oh, is that what? But that's what. No, that's to overcome the racist term, right? Governor.
NBA prefers you call them governors of the teams now, yes.
So does the NHL with the Board of Governors?
I guess so. I don't know.
Well, because I think on this one, though, you could be a governor but not be an owner.
Well, you can in the NBA, too.
That's what I'm saying. So it's two different things.
Oh, okay. I get your point. The second person who did not purchase the ball club.
Or whoever is designated.
Can be designated.
This would be the puck
right.
club, though. They don't play with the ball.
Nice.
I know you didn't know Josh Doan, but I thought you knew that NHL doesn't play with the ball.
It's a frozen ball with edges. Can a ball have edges?
It's like us in the winter.
Easy. Brian, I'm in. I even have one of my daughters already saying she'll be my hockey buddy.
Oh, she's just doing that to get in good over the other siblings with your inheritance.
It would be interesting to find out if that daughter is, 5 or 35. Is Brian 30 or 80? David says Vegas did a great job supporting the Golden Knights, but they had a winner from the get-go. I hope we do. Question now that we have supported the preseason NHL games that come to town. I really have no idea. Not that means anything.
And Vegas is something to draw from, but at the same time, that was their first big league team.
Yes, they didn't have the NFL yet.
And they were starving.
Yep.
We've had big league for a good long while now. And let's face it, UNLV football, they had a nice season last year, but for a long time, they haven't been very good. And so they didn't get a lot of support.
Well, they haven't had anything big time since college basketball was big time there 30 years ago. So to your point, they were thirsty, parched in the desert. And hockey showed up to quench that thirst.
Yeah.
And they fully embraced it.
I mean, they got big time events over the sporting world, but not one of their own. And so here we've got this situation going on where they come in and the community just took off. And they were good right from the start. So we'll see here. I don't know what Arizona/Utah is going to be next season as far as how competitive they're going to be. I think they'll be better if no other reason that the stability of it will lead to just more clear minds and not have to think about the stuff that these young fellows and their families and the employees and everything, because it's cool that Smith wants to buy and is going to buy it and all, and look at me, we've got a hockey team here. But there's going to be a lot of lives that are uprooted in the process, but I don't think they really care about that.
The price you pay.
Yeah.
And literally you pay it. I'm not paying it. You pay it.
So,
but to your point, it's just been, as the world turns down there, 7 owners in 28 years now, and there's never a plan, and every 4 years, here comes somebody else, including for 4 years, the league was running the club. And so it's just been instability, stacked on instability, which has led to them missing the playoffs 11 of the last 12 years.
Right.
And maybe all that now can be in the rearview mirror.
I think it can.
And because they've been bad, they have had multiple, I think, the 8 first-round picks now in the last 5 years. And so as those guys mature, they should have a core of good young players. And they've got multiple draft picks coming up, too, in the next 3 years.
Yeah. And just the stability of it all. If nothing else, that'll make it better, I believe. It's common sense.
Scotty, of course I'll be part of the package when the Blues are in town. Why does anyone think he'll run this different than he runs the Jazz? We'll be bottom dwellers. Ryan Smith fans are delusional. Beaten down from the very start, Scotty. No hope.
Is there such a thing as a Ryan Smith fan? Are you a fan of the Jazz or are you a fan of Ryan Smith?
I think you're a fan of the Jazz.
Yeah. I don't know that he'll approach it that way. So many unknowns here that will be discovered over time. But obviously that's what they decided with the Jazz. And you can say the team's not winning. That's a big old obvious. But is the plan winning? When you look at what he's done since he's taken ownership of the team, is the plan winning? Because the plan, once you undertook it, will prevent you from winning in the moment. In the now, it's not going to happen. That's obvious. But you have to ask yourself, is the plan winning? Because that's the bigger picture leading towards the team winning. If the plan isn't winning, well, then it's an absolute disaster. So you can debate amongst yourselves, and everyone has their opinion. Is the plan winning? That's what you have to look at, and we'll have more information. It's winning right now, I believe. It's winning at a very small and low level, and if you're going to go big game hunting, and that's a phrase that will stick with me that Ainge chose to use, and I'm glad he did, put it out there, tell us what you're thinking. That was great. By and large, that press conference the other day was very good by him. And so then when we get to August, when that's traditionally the quiet month of the league, then we'll be able to evaluate at that point, with more evaluation to come, obviously. This team is complete and total in the evaluation mode. We can decide for ourselves, is this plan winning as we go forward? Here, it'll be a different level. They're in a different plane than the Jazz. This Coyotes team, whatever it's called here, has not come close to maxing out. They felt, the leaders, that the Jazz obviously had maxed out and wanted to go in a different direction. And I don't know of enough hockey players that basically hold owners hostage. The way the things are set up. Mitchell, essentially, although he did it low-key, so he wasn't out there, Carmelo Anthony, making a spectacle of it, he essentially held him hostage. And he's doing the same thing to Cleveland now. But that's the system. He's got the goods, and so he can do that. Another player who, Royce O'Neal is not going to hold anybody hostage. He's a nice player.
Yeah, but you got to be better.
Right. And good for him for where he came from and where he is now. It's a sensational story. I respect the man greatly.
Mitchell didn't negotiate the CBA. This is where it works. He knows what year he hits free agency.
Right.
He wants to go home and play. If there were a great player from Utah who was dying to come home and play, the fan base here would be thrilled waiting for that to happen. And they wouldn't be worried about that player leaving.
Just
whatever
give it a few
NBA
years
city.
because there's going to be plenty of them, and they're coming through Provo, Utah.
See?
Yes.
Could be the best thing that ever happened.
This is the place where we're going to be the place. This is the place.
Yuck's not reacting to that at all.
No,
That
he
surprises
smiled.
me a little bit.
One of his friends texted him. So it's got to look. He's of the
read?
younger generation, and the phone is the most primary thing in your life. And you look at it within seconds at all times.
That wasn't on the air, was it, Yuck?
What did he say?
He said he's taking care of your social media.
My social media or our social media?
He said your. It could be singular or
your
plural.
is one of those trick words.
It was plural.
I thought it was. See, because he thought it was a slam towards me. That's why he laughed. Because he thought you were one-upping me, and that was his way of, wow, I can mock him. That's why he did what he did. But again, he was wrong. I knew darn well it was a plural your. He didn't. Instincts, that's not his game. It's more sit back, analytical, logic it out, and come to a conclusion that all of us can be happy.
You're never happy, so it's never all of us happy.
Well, all of us in your life. I'm not part of your life.
You are one of the biggest parts of my life.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
My wife refrains from saying You're spending more time today with PK than with me, but I know she's thinking it.
Well, then you go home and make it up to her tonight, big guy.
It just gets worse and worse.
You show her. Literally and figuratively.
Stop. Just do everybody a favor and stop. People throwing up on the steering wheel going to work today, and they're not happy
Show her
about
what
it.
she means to you.
Shut your face.
Just go to town.
Shut your face.
Come on, big dog. You're her original big dog.
Glenn Robinson, shout out. Antoine Carr, shout out.
DJ, David James Sningeldorf III. So here's your chance. Are you going to be part of the package, man? Is this town going to go nuts? I mean, Ryan Smith puts it out there. He's jacked. Obviously, he's spending millions to get it to have it happen. Maybe billions, I guess, and whatever the final cost would be, because there's so much more to come, as like he just said. Well, I didn't put the entire quote, but that quote includes, we got to get practice sites, we got blah, 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 blah. So it's a huge financial undertaking. So obviously the guy's jacked. I mean, he's got a lot of money, fine, but that doesn't mean you just spend a lot of money haphazardly.
It's a basketball town. There's a gym in every church.
Well, now we'll put an ice rink in every church.
Now,
Expand the building a bit.
I haven't been told it's not a hockey town since yesterday. And the rinks that are here, and they built a bunch of new ones for the arena, but immediately if you talk to the people who are trying to book ice time, it's impossible. The demand, you got to go.
It's like getting a tea time in Los Angeles.
5 in the morning, 11 at night.
Ice time is at a premium, I'm afraid.
Right.
It's
Every
17
time I try to get on the ice, I've been rebuffed.
So you're not trying to get on the ice.
No, I go to
Where do you go?
the Galvin Center and I bring my stick.
You at the Galvin Center.
Yeah. I'm taking slap shots left and right.
Date night getting wrecked by PK at the Galvin
Because
Center.
there were other deacon people.
And then I get my hot cocoa when they come in the Zamboni. I already told somebody high up on the Jazz I want to be the Zamboni driver.
How'd that go over?
I got a ha-ha.
Yeah.
But I was serious. I'm done with this radio stuff. It's all about the Zamboni for me.
John Stockton drove the Zamboni when they had minor league hockey in the Delta Center. In
Right.
the early 90s.
And I got the vaccine.
Nice.
He didn't. And I'm not suing the state of Washington. He is.
More things to separate you from John Stockton.
And I like to take a subservient role to you. You're our letter carrier.
You're just making
I'm just a
stuff up.
facilitator.
DJ and the Facilitator. More to come. Stay with us right here on 97.5 The Zone. A lot of reaction to Kevin Young and his press conference, his debut with the Cougars. What did you think? We will get to that next. Stay with us.